The desert highway shimmered under the burning afternoon sun, stretching endlessly into the horizon like a ribbon of fate no one could escape. Diesel fumes hung heavy in the air. The sound of tires roaring against asphalt echoed across the empty plains. And then, in a single, heart-stopping moment, everything changed. A white pickup truck sped down the lonely road, something trailing behind it, something alive. At first, Hank Lawson thought it was debris. Maybe scrap metal. Maybe a broken bumper dragging sparks. But as his 18-wheeler crested the hill and the scene sharpened into focus, his heart slammed against his ribs. It wasn't scrap. It was a man. A man in military fatigues, wrists bound, duct tape across his mouth, being dragged mercilessly across the pavement. And just feet behind him, a German shepherd, limping, struggling, refusing to let go of the rope that connected them both to that speeding truck. Hank's hands tightened around the steering wheel. The world narrowed into a tunnel. The radio static faded. The hum of his engine disappeared. If you believe in kindness, in second chances, in stepping up when the world turns away, take a second right now to like this video, share it with someone who believes in humanity, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel. Stories like this remind us who we truly are. Hank didn't hesitate. He slammed his horn, the deep thunder of it ripping through the desert silence. The pickup swerved slightly but didn't slow down. Whoever was behind that wheel knew exactly what they were doing. Hank had driven highways for nearly 25 years. He had seen accidents, breakdowns, storms that swallowed entire towns in dust. But he had never seen cruelty so deliberate, so cold. His mind raced. The man being dragged was still moving, barely. His body scraped against asphalt, leaving streaks of red in his wake. The dog fought harder than its injured leg should have allowed, teeth clenched around the rope, eyes fixed on the man as if refusing to let him disappear alone. Hank downshifted and floored the accelerator. His rig groaned as it gained speed. The pickup driver must have realized someone was closing in because the truck swerved again, then pressed harder on the gas. The road was narrow. No other vehicles in sight. Just three souls locked in a deadly race. Hank made a decision that could cost him everything. He veered his massive rig into the opposite lane and surged forward, positioning himself alongside the pickup. The height difference gave him a clear view into the cab. The driver was masked, eyes darting wildly. Panic flickered across his face. Hank leaned on the horn again and began edging closer, forcing the pickup toward the shoulder. The truck resisted, tires kicking up dust. The dragging rope stretched tighter. The man's body jerked violently. "Hold on," Hank whispered under his breath, though no one could hear him. The pickup lost control first. Its rear tire dipped into loose gravel. The vehicle fishtailed violently before spinning off the road in a cloud of dust and smoke. Hank braked hard, his trailer swaying dangerously before coming to a shuddering stop. He jumped down from his cab before the engine even fully quieted. The desert air smelled of burnt rubber and blood. The man lay face down on the asphalt, unconscious but breathing. His uniform was torn to shreds. Patches of skin were raw and bleeding. Hank carefully cut the rope with his pocketknife and ripped the tape from the man's mouth. The dog crawled closer, whimpering softly, placing its head against the soldier's shoulder. Hank swallowed hard. "Easy, boy," he murmured gently, keeping his movements slow. The dog didn't growl. It didn't snap. It simply watched Hank with tired, guarded eyes. The pickup driver had fled into the desert. Hank dialed 911 with trembling fingers, giving precise coordinates like the seasoned road veteran he was. Within minutes, sirens wailed faintly in the distance. He turned back to the soldier and noticed the patch on what remained of his sleeve. U.S. Navy SEAL. Hank felt a lump rise in his throat. This wasn't just any man. This was someone who had once run toward danger for strangers he would never meet. The dog, despite its injured leg, refused to leave the soldier's side. When Hank tried to move the man slightly to check for spinal injuries, the shepherd let out a low warning growl, not threatening, just protective. "It's okay," Hank said softly. "I'm not here to hurt him." The dog seemed to understand. Paramedics arrived first, then state troopers. As they loaded the unconscious seal onto a stretcher, one paramedic examined the dog and confirmed its leg was likely fractured but treatable. The shepherd resisted being separated, pulling toward the ambulance until Hank placed a steady hand on its back. "He's going with him," Hank insisted firmly. "They stay together." The paramedics exchanged glances before nodding. Hours later, Hank found himself sitting in a sterile hospital waiting room hundreds of miles from his scheduled route. He had called his dispatcher and told him the truth. There was silence on the other end, then a quiet response, "Stay there. We'll cover the load." For the first time in years, Hank felt something more important than deadlines and delivery schedules. The doctors worked through the night. Severe road rash. Broken ribs. Concussion. Dehydration. Signs of torture prior to the dragging. The dog, whose name, Hank later learned, was Ranger, underwent surgery for his leg. Despite sedation, the animal's eyes constantly searched for his handler. By morning, Hank learned the SEAL's name, Lieutenant Marcus Reed. The authorities believed the attack was linked to a criminal organization Marcus had helped dismantle months earlier. Revenge had come knocking in the cruelest way. Marcus regained consciousness 2 days later. Hank wasn't family. He wasn't military. He was just a trucker who happened to be at the right place at the right time. But when Marcus's eyes opened, confused and weak, Hank was the first face he saw. The doctor explained what had happened. How close he had come to death. Marcus listened quietly, then turned his head slightly. His voice was barely audible, raw from dehydration. He asked about Ranger. Hank smiled softly and told him the dog was alive, resting, and stubborn as ever. Tears filled Marcus's eyes. Over the next few weeks, Hank returned whenever his routes passed through the state. Sometimes he brought snacks for the nurses. Sometimes he just sat quietly while Marcus underwent physical therapy. Ranger slowly regained strength too, tail wagging again with cautious optimism. Something unexpected grew between the three of them. Hank had lost his own son years ago in a car accident. The grief had hollowed him out, leaving only routine and road behind. Saving Marcus hadn't just changed a stranger's life, it had cracked open something in Hank he thought had died. Marcus, in turn, struggled with survivor's guilt. He was trained to endure pain, to outlast enemies, to protect others. But being helpless on that road had shaken him to his core. The healing wasn't just physical. Months passed. Marcus walked again without assistance. Ranger ran again, though with a slight limp that told a story of loyalty stronger than bone. The masked attacker was eventually captured. Justice moved forward. But something even more powerful had already taken root. On a bright spring morning, Hank received an invitation to a small ceremony at a naval base. He arrived wearing his cleanest flannel shirt, boots polished for the first time in years. Marcus stood at the podium, uniform crisp, Ranger sitting proudly at his side. He spoke about brotherhood, about sacrifice, about the thin line between life and death. And then he spoke about a trucker who refused to look away. He called Hank forward. In front of fellow SEALs, officers, and families, Marcus presented Hank with a civilian medal for extraordinary bravery. The applause felt distant to Hank. His vision blurred. He wasn't a hero. He had simply done what anyone should do. But deep down, he knew the truth. Not everyone would have. If this story has touched your heart even a little, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs a reminder that goodness still exists, and subscribe for more stories that restore faith in humanity. And before we end, I have a special request. Comment the word courage below if you believe ordinary people can still change the world. Because that day on the desert highway, courage didn't wear a uniform. It drove a semi-truck. Marcus eventually returned to service in a different capacity, training young recruits. Ranger remained by his side, retired but revered. Hank kept driving his routes, but now he made one extra stop every few months, just to sit with two friends who had become family. The desert road still stretches endlessly beneath the sun. Trucks still roar across lonely highways. But somewhere out there, if you look closely, you might see a faint scar across the asphalt. A reminder that cruelty exists. And so does courage. Sometimes, all it takes is one person who refuses to keep driving.